Have you ever found yourself standing face to face with something that has held you back for so long? Maybe it's an old wound, maybe it's a fear and anxiety, something you've kept buried because it felt too heavy to confront or overwhelming, uncomfortable. Okay, today is a day where we can decide to face it and not just look at it, to own it and to let it fuel us forward, to take it in. The energy is all about stepping into our power today, taking responsibility for our growth, and saying, I'm ready. I'm ready to move forward. It's not about pretending that things don't hurt in our life or that we don't have wounds or fears or anxieties. It's about using that very pain to move past what has been holding us back. And the time for healing, the time for action is now. So what has been weighing you down? Today is your chance to transform it into something that drives you forward. It's time to take control and embrace your journey ahead. So join me as we embark on a journey of self-discovery. We will gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy. And by the end of our time together, it's my hope that you now have the tools, the insight to go forward with a sense of confidence, clarity, with love. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. I'm not anywhere even near 80% better. I mean, this thing is just holding me down unbelievably. And now when I look back, Paul really should have phoned an ambulance for me at some point. So, but in his own loving heart, he felt that if he had ice water on hand and he was checking in on me and just monitoring me, that everything would be okay. And here I am. But I'm thinking I could have been a lot better had he got an ambulance for me. Um, but I'm determined to bounce back from this, and your prayers and your light and your love that you send my way help so very, very much. So thank you for leaving things like that in the comments. It picks me up. I'm not answering any comments yet, but I am rereading and rereading and rereading those comments over and over because you are my strength. So thank you. Welcome to your daily focus, April the 11th, 2025. So today we have the energy of the 11. The master teacher appears. It asks us to look at what no longer serves us, what no longer has value, what holds us back, what weighs us down, and to release those things, to leave it in our rearview mirror, to close the door and never allow it to follow us forward. Just the knowledge, the wisdom, the clarity, and from the lessons that we've walked through. The 11 energy is about making a commitment to yourself, a promise to yourself, of a goal, a dream, a desire, something that you truly want to step into, something that you truly want to create, invent, give birth to. And when we put our focus, we put our energy in that direction, you will be amazed at how fast things start to come together for you. But it does need our action, our focus, our attention. We can't look in another direction and expect it to just be there when we look. We have to be an active participant under an 11 energy. Now, if we look at the daily numerology, that would be a 4 plus an 11 plus a 9. That gives us a 24 energy. Partnerships are very strong under 24 energy, but anything that we are giving our focus and our attention to has a great growth potential. We're thinking about things, we're making plans, we're growing our dreams together. You know, we can be very successful in our own right, yes, but sometimes partnering up with other people can make the success bigger and better than we could ever do it on our own, because it brings so many more talents and abilities to the table to guarantee the success of our dreams, our goals, our desires. 2 plus 4 is a 6. And the 6 energy is about our habits, our behaviors, and which ones actually work with us, move us forward, and which habits and behaviors actually pull us back. tripping ourselves up, self-sabotaging ourselves in some way. Sun is in Aries, Moon is in Libra, and the Sun conjuncts Chiron today. Now, we will stay in that conjunction during our full moon in Libra throughout the weekend. And I haven't really looked, I didn't go that far down the rabbit hole to see how long that would actually outlast, but I could see it actually lasting at least till the new week comes about, but I think it's longer than that. But we do have some time to work with this, so this isn't a rush thing. This is about taking our time. Hang on, guys. The cough sounds so much worse than it really is, so I want to save you listening to that, for goodness sakes. Okay, Sun meets Chiron in Aries. It's like a flash of light illuminating places where we've been wounded or we've been held back. Okay, Chiron is our wounded healer, and Chiron is asking us to confront areas of our life where we've experienced deep pain, but also how we can grow, how we can move past, where, the pain we're being shown has the potential to heal, but more so has the potential to allow us to grow stronger, more confident, bring in clarity. Okay? The energy collides with Aries, bold, action-driven spirit. Okay? We are given this real powerful invitation to step into our strength, to face our vulnerabilities, and to use them to fuel our next chapter. So the sun comes in, they're conjunct in the sky, it shines a light on Chiron's wounds, and it just doesn't stop there. Okay? This energy is pushing us beyond the pain, to take bold action, to turn these old wounds into sources of power and purpose. We're standing at a moment in time where our true strength is about to emerge, if we allow it, if we don't look away from what we're being shown, to face those fears, to face those anxieties, to face those pains, those deep wounds, and to face those wounds head on. And yeah, so it could be uncomfortable. Absolutely. Uncomfortable feelings will and can emerge during this period of time. The places we've been hurt. Or maybe we felt like we failed ourselves. We did self-sabotage ourselves in some way. And this is an energy to allow us to get to the root of the problem so that we do not self-sabotage ourselves going forward. So we don't feel like we have failed ourselves, but we just tried something that didn't work. And we know now to change our focus, change our direction, tweak it in some way. Okay, Aries doesn't want us to wallow in this kind of energy. Aries is a warrior, for goodness sakes, a fighter. It's all about action. It's all about moving forward. So yeah, this energy can definitely bring up some very sensitive emotions, but it also provides the impulse to do something about it. And you don't have to take giant steps here. You just have to make the first step. Maybe you decide to go into therapy. Okay, therapy isn't over in a day. You don't walk in there and a half an hour later you walk out feeling free and liberated. It takes time. It takes inward searching. It takes sitting in contemplation, sitting in quiet silence, having conversations with yourself, facing the truths. So today is about facing what has held us back in the past and using that as a strength to push through and move ahead. The sun is there. So, it's an illuminating energy today. It allows us to see our power in a new light. We may experience moments of clarity from our past wounds. And for the first time, we may start to feel like we actually have the tools to heal. And we start to gain a clarity on our personal power, our strength, our wisdom. So Aries is here to force us to take action, to take ownership of our story, to move forward into a new chapter, to create that new chapter, to break free from old cycles that have held us back from our fullest, most authentic life. Aries is a trailblazer. Okay, it's about leading the way and breaking down walls and breaking through glass ceilings and seeing our fears and anxieties and pushing through them. You know, if you felt like you've been stuck in some kind of pattern in your life or some kind of limitation always seems to linger around you, today's energy, actually over the next several days, will help us to push through and take that first step towards healing, towards growth, towards being truly empowered to walk our authentic path, to own our power, to own our story, all of it. Own the parts where you've been hurt, the parts that have been broken. Acknowledge how far you've come. Okay, it's a time to empower yourself by recognizing that you are so much stronger because of your struggles. And Aries isn't going to wait, so it's a time to take action. Even if it's the smallest of steps, take action. Maybe it's speaking up about something, or maybe it's been something that's been difficult to confront and you're finally ready to do that. Taking the first step towards a healing process that you might have been putting off. Whatever it is. This is definitely movement forward if we allow it to be. So how do we do this? Well, I think we start with loving ourselves. Be compassionate with yourself. Okay, Aries is urging us to act, yes, but it's important not to rush. You know, Chiron's influence is actually to be gentle with ourselves, especially when it comes to healing old wounds. It's okay to feel unsure. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to feel vulnerable. Embrace those feelings. Use them as your fuel for growth. We may finally see the truth of how a wound has shaped us. For the first time, we just don't feel the pain. We feel the strength it's given us. We understand how much stronger we became because we had to go against that pain. We had to survive in some way. And, you know, this is the time to make that conscious choice to release, to move forward without this burden, this weight. You may have an old belief that you are not worthy of success, or maybe not worthy of love, or not worthy of money, or not worthy of a roof over your head even, or food on the table, or success, or of love. And that belief has been holding you back. And today the realization comes in, that belief is a wound. It's not a truth. It's a wound. So where did that wound start? Challenge it. Maybe set a new goal. Deciding to trust yourself in a way you never have before. This could be a time when we actually decide to take action and heal and shift our mindset to one of great growth potential. Take responsibility for your growth. Maybe even feeling like you've been waiting for change to happen, but it hasn't happened and you're not sure what it's going to look like. And this energy will help you recognize that it's up to ourselves to take control of our growth. That we might have to take steps that, yeah, we might trip, we might fall. But we will learn from those trips. We will learn from those falls. And trust me, this is a time when we want to do those things because it will give us great growth potential going forward. It will give us great wisdom, knowledge, clarity. Sun's energy in Aries with Chiron's lessons. You know, we may decide that this is the time to actually take that leap. Maybe it's taking a new job, setting healthy boundaries, stepping into a new relationship dynamic, treating ourselves better. It's the perfect energy to step into our power, to take action and allow healing in. That we don't have to carry it. We don't have to be the martyr in our life. Face your old wounds head on. And then Acknowledge the pain. And then accept it. Don't fight against it. Just accept it. And now, fuel it. Use it as the fuel to take your next steps towards your personal growth. Don't worry. Aries boldness is going to drive you forward. Chiron's wisdom will remind you that you can overcome the past. That sun is shining on you, bringing in the clarity, bringing in the knowledge that you are asking for, that you deserve to see, so that you can move forward. It's all about action. It's all about empowerment. Moving forward with confidence. And the healing starts today. That new chapter is awaiting you. Okay, let's go to the cards. Now, I know Sayers is playing a role in this as well, but I haven't gone down that rabbit hole. But with the sun, and I think I think we're looking at 22 degrees today. As the weekend moves on, it goes to 23 degrees. And I think Ceres sits at 25 degrees. So it's a very close together, right? And obviously these planets are going to go forward as well. What was I doing here? I'm gonna give them no, I can't do that. Look at that. We got the Magician here and the Sun here. My goodness. Okay, I'll put that back together because I got off on a little tangent there fast and lost my way, people. So let's just start the shuffling over really fast. See what cards come out for us. Okay, underlying energy for today is the Hangman. The Hangman is about being in the moment. It's not struggling against what is happening, but rather reviewing what has happened, our situations, the events in our life, the things that are going on, the things that have gone on in the past, and reviewing them. And I think we almost have to review them with trying to detach a little bit of our emotion. Okay, because a lot of the healing process actually is replacing the emotion. And we can't replace the emotion until we can really view it unemotionally as a third party. Okay, and I've kind of talked about that before, where you made plans to go to the movies with a friend. You were going to meet in front of the theater at 7 o'clock, and it's 6:45, and now it's 7 o'clock, and now it's 5 after 7, and they're still not there, and you're angry. You're ticked. I mean, the line is long now. Will we even get in on time? Will there be seats available by the time this person shows up? Why would they leave me standing here? You're checking your phone. There's no message. You're like, oh. And so if you were to turn to a friend and say, this happened to me, how should I react? Chances are you would say, well, I'd make sure they were okay. Something could have happened to them. They could have been in an accident, or something could have happened to a family member and they got called away in an emergency. I mean, there's 1,001 things that can happen to mess up plans. I'm pretty sure that if they were looking forward to it too, they'd be there if they could. So maybe you should reach out and make sure they're okay. And if you get an answer, then you can make plans on the phone. Well, do you want to go at the later time? We can go for a bite to eat first. We can, instead of just letting that anger, okay? Because the next time somebody asks you to go to the movie, you're like, no, I don't want to. I don't even like going to movies. And you don't even realize it was because your friend made you wait an extra 10 minutes and it made you so angry that you just didn't want to relive that experience in any way. And it can be as easy as that. It can be as easy as that, where that pain starts to grow and all of a sudden you're not into movies anymore. You used to love going to movies. What's with that? Okay, so the Hangman is here to allow us to look at certain situations in our life without emotion and understand what really happened there. Maybe it wasn't directed at us at all. Maybe we took it personally and it wasn't. Most things aren't directed mainly at us, but we do, as human beings, take a lot of things personally that we don't need to. So was it a personal attack on you? And if it was, we can deal with that. But if it wasn't, then maybe we should change our scope of reaction. This is also a time to understand where you have control in your life, where you need control, where you need to let go of control, where you need to surrender. This is a time for being in the moment Uh, yeah, being in the moment. Don't get too far ahead. Don't get too far back, but be in the moment. Experience the here and now. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles, boy, oh boy, when the Five of Pentacles comes up, a lot of us just want to throw in the towel, I tell you. We've kind of lost our drive in some way, our ambition. We don't believe it can happen. The self-doubt comes in. I've tried and I've tried. I've gone nowhere. Perhaps if you look, though, you'll realize how far you've come. Maybe not in the steps that you thought you would take, but in the steps that you did take. Maybe you grew your wisdom in some way. Maybe you became more of the person that you wanted to be the first time out, okay? Maybe you want to be a public speaker and it didn't go that well. And so you're finding, but every time you do it, you get a little bit better at it. And that's the thing that we have to remember, that we can have those sad moments where we really don't feel like we're getting anywhere. But then at some point we have to, I mean, and honor those feelings, absolutely. But at some point you have to stop and stand up and brush yourself off and decide which way you're going to want to go. Now this card, we are so close to the door of abundance. We're sitting on its threshold and we don't even see it. Because we've allowed our energy to dissipate. We've allowed ourselves to shrink. We've allowed ourselves to get smaller. And we don't feel like we've got what it takes to go forward, when actually we do. This is a time to brush ourselves off. This is a time to turn around. And we may see that doorway forward. I mean, don't dismiss any kind of aha moments or epiphanies that can come through on days like today, where the sun and Chiron are conjunct in the sky. Because they're shining lights on areas of our life that we need to look at. Because in some way they've crippled us, or they've burdened us, or they've stopped us in our tracks, or they've made us freeze frame, or we don't feel like we can go forward, or we can't move forward. Well, some people call that procrastination. It's not. Procrastination is actually, and I have a whole course on procrastination. It's on Patreon, so if you're a Patreon member, you can watch that course over and over. It's like a 6-week workshop, but there is so much to it. There's a lot to it, but understanding procrastination and why you procrastinate. Okay, it's a survival technique. It really is. And when you understand what you are trying to avoid or not make happen, or you will be amazed at the productivity that you can now employ in your life. It's anyways. Let's go on. Six of Cups is back. That doesn't surprise me. Because chances are it was something somebody said to you once upon a time that made you believe that you weren't worthy of it, or you weren't good at it, or you would never be successful in that way. It wasn't for you. It wasn't the path for you. What? You want to be mocked? You want to be laughed at? You're not going to make money doing that. You're not even good at that. You don't even know half of it. Why are you even trying this? It's going to cost you tons of money to get the education. What are you going to do with that education? Where are you going to get a job with those credentials? Come on, give your head a shake. Or you're just not good enough. You're not worthy enough. Nobody will ever love you, or you won't ever succeed at anything. You're just dumb. How many people have heard that said to them? Okay, this is the time when we realize it wasn't a truth. It was an opinion. And we decided to carve it into stone. We decided to carry that with us. Why? Because we want to be loved. We want to be accepted. And somebody that we respected, somebody that we trusted to give us great guidance in life, said, you can't do that. Nobody will like you if you do that. And we want to be loved. We want to be accepted. So of course we turned and went a different direction. And this is the kind of energy where we start to, especially with the North Node there in between everything. The North Node is, where we are going, our destiny. Now, just because those things show up, well, we say yes to them. We still have that free will. That really messes us up a lot of times. A lot of times we would probably like our free will just taken away and just make me do what I have to do in order to get to where I want to be. Please. So this is where you need to realize that what you dream of, what you hope of, what you get excited about, what you get passionate about, what you fall in love with, or whom you fall in love with, that's your choice and your choice alone. And because you have that calling within you, it's going to take you somewhere. Probably not the person who gave you the advice not to take it. That's probably why they thought, who could do that? Well, you can do that. You're not them. And that was their opinion of what they were capable of and placing it onto your lap. And look at this, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So we may not even see this path yet, but this is a path of abundance opening up to us, a path of prosperity opening up to us. We see it. This is the aha moment. This is the epiphany. We're walking down our path and all of a sudden we hit this gated area. And the Ace of Pentacles is standing there. The wreath, and we have the circle for eternity and the growth. The wheel is always turning. So even if something very new has come into your life, this card indicates that no, there's something even newer coming, even better coming. Pay attention. This is where you're going to grow your love, your abundance, your prosperity. The shifts are happening. Pay attention. And most times when we have to pay attention, it means slowing it down a little bit. Don't rush into things. Sit with things. Okay, Nature's Whispers. Let's see what our oracle cards have to say. The most times it just... potential gateway. Yeah, potential gateway. There's a potential gateway happening. Isn't it? 50. The 5 energy of joy, of happiness, of love, of giggles, of creativity. A new course, our route, is coming into your awareness. It's time to utilize your knowledge and complete the task at hand. As you finish one aspect of your life, begin thinking about what you would like to do next. This part of your life's journey, you are constantly shifting and developing. You may feel contentment, fulfillment, and pride because you have accomplished something. There is productivity and reward as a bonus for your efforts. The good fortune you realize is evident that you are putting sufficient energy into your life's journey to get out all of it that you desire. So yeah, things are shifting. Things are shifting, okay? New paths are emerging. And we want to walk those paths with a sense of liberation, a sense of freedom, a sense of wisdom, knowledge, clarity. Absolutely. And self-love. Loving ourselves is paramount right now. Okay. Our animal is, oh my gosh, do you believe it? Take a chance. The Sea Star is back again. Take a chance. I love this deck because we get the repetitive cards come out so often with the animals. One animal, like we had the elephant there, 5 or 6 days straight, or maybe there was a day or two missing, but it still came out like 5 or 6 times. And now we have the Sea Star doing the exact same thing here, making sure, and remember, there's a lot of background energy happening. So sometimes some of these cards are coming up to say, don't forget that this is happening in the background. I hope you're bookmarking some of the videos, like yesterday's video where it's going to be, really the month of April. You'll want to go back and listen to that again. And it's so funny because the biggest comment I get when people go back to watch my videos is, I never even heard you say that the first time. You weren't ready to hear it. So thank goodness you came back to listen again, because that's when you were ready to hear it, because you had to go through certain steps. Anyways, take a chance. Freedom, chance, fear, passion. Life itself cannot give you joy unless you really will it. Life gives you time and space, and it's up to you to fill it. So once again, taking ownership of our path forward. It is time for you to take a chance, a leap of faith. You've been lacking in energy and motivation. It could be out of fear. It could be that you've been caught up with a bit of laziness and have beached yourself. And it can be quite scary to change. Although you may feel stuck, you're never truly stuck. You have free will to change the course of where you want your life to go. So free yourself from the past and allow yourself to feel again. You might be stuck in a dead-end job, so look for one in a different field that feeds your passion. You might be eyeing the cute girl in the coffee shop or looking at the cute boy who changed your oil. Ask him or her out. When you begin to take a chance on one thing, you're going to find it easier and easier to continue doing that in every part of your life, which will only draw you closer and closer to your ultimate success. And you won't know. You won't know until you take a chance. So it is about taking a risk on ourselves. It is about believing in ourselves, the capabilities we have to create the successes, the abundance, the prosperity, the love in our life, the good health, whatever you want. The possibilities are endless right now that we can tap into. So really sit in silent contemplation and understand what are some of the things that you truly want in your life going forward. Today's energy might shine a light on something that has actually prevented you from taking steps in that direction. And the thing I wish most for you is that you go forward with a sense of liberation, a sense of freedom, a sense of joy and happiness in every step. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.